Hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my shop. Today is April 11th. This is my weekly shop update. So last week the flu really got me pretty good. I was out almost the entire week. I just felt awful. On Wednesday when I posted the shop update, I felt okay, and then I felt bad again, and then Thursday was bad. Felt a little better on Friday, and then Saturday was kind of bad again. Sunday started to turn around. Yesterday, Monday was pretty good. Today has been great. Well, comparatively, I still have a little bit left, but I am almost all better. So last week, my parents were in town for a little bit. On Saturday was the Habitat for Humanity's Spring Gala, where I had donated those bowls that I had made a few weeks ago. And Lindsay and I went on Saturday, and those bowls went for, the set of 4 went for $275. So pretty excited about that. It's always great to be able to help a charity raise some money that way. And it's cool to see like people buying stuff I made. So that was definitely cool. But since my parents were in town, I spent some time with my dad on Friday. It was just nice to be outside instead of being stuck inside trying to heal. And we moved slabs. So before we take a look at the bed, let's take a look at the progress that my dad and I made out back, preparing the area back there for all of the new stuff that I've been cutting. So back here is where I do the majority of all my slab drying, or I guess all my slab drying. One of the things that my dad and I wanted to accomplish this past week was to clear out this area here and get this foundation set. This is going to be where all the ash logs are going to sit, the 2 ash logs. The big one and the small will sit on top of it. So I wanted to clear out this area. So what used to be here, right through here, was that stack of maple right there, which you've put underneath the eave of the shed. It's a good spot for those. Those are almost dry. I cut those last spring with the chainsaw mill. And then over here I had some white oak and some butternut. That's over on the patio. It's going to be going into the house as soon as the stuff in there is dry. So that is staged and ready to go. So the other thing back here is this red oak log back here. My dad and I actually unstacked this and restacked it just to kind of clean up the stack a little bit. We replaced the stickers with some thinner ones so the stack isn't as tall because the stuff is already dry. Doesn't need to dry anymore. And one of the things I'm going to be doing with one of the slabs from this is my dad needs a little countertop for their laundry area. So the bottom slab, the first cut I made on this log, I'm going to turn into a little countertop for them. So it's going to be a fun little project. But this is the red oak log that I slabbed with my chainsaw mill. I had posted a video about that 2 years ago already. It's mind-blowing how fast this stuff goes. So let me show you the levelers and my little foundation strategy here. So last week I was just getting started making these levelers, and now they're all welded up and painted. And I'm really excited about these things because when we stacked the maple and when we restacked this red oak, I did the leveling process the old-fashioned way, which involves shimming all the blocks so they're all in the same plane. It's really tedious. There's a lot of back and forth, and it's really not all that accurate, I guess. It can be, but it's really annoying. So I'm really looking forward to these because these are really easy to level, to get them all in the same plane and the same orientation and all that, because all you got to do is turn the nuts on the bottom and you can adjust this top thing to whatever angle, whatever position you need to get them all nice and even, and you get yourself a nice level and flat drying area. But my idea back here is I have this concrete block structure thing. I have 3 solid concrete blocks along the bottom here, which are going to transfer that load into the ground. I've got 2 concrete blocks here, which will support the levelers and get that stack off the ground a bit. And I'm really looking forward to this because this is a much better way to do this than just like one concrete block on the ground, distributing all that weight. So yeah, this will work out pretty well, I think. So here is where I'm at with the bed. I got out here this morning and I got finished up on a few things I had left to do before I can get to this point. And it is dry assembled and ready to go from here. So I'm going to be pre-finishing the headboard and then the posts, or I guess the headboard and the footboard and the posts, and then I'll do the final assembly after finish. It's just going to be a lot easier to finish those things separately before gluing them all together into something that's not like just flat surfaces. So A little bit of pre-finishing should make that whole process a lot easier. And we're pretty close to the end of this project, which is a good thing because I've entered this piece into the Northern Wood Show, which is a show that's put on every year here in Minnesota by the Minnesota Woodworkers Guild. It's just an exhibition of members' work, or actually non-members too. Anyone that does woodworking, professional or hobbyist, can enter a piece of work into the show. It's at a local mall here, the Eden Prairie Center, and they're just on display for a few days over, I think, Friday and Saturday. That'll be not this weekend, but the following weekend. I'll put links or information down there in the description to that I showed last year. So I have to get this thing ready for setup. That's next Wednesday. So I have just under a week to get this thing totally ready to go, which means I need to send my wife out to get a mattress and some bedding to make this thing look pretty sweet. But you know, it's coming together and I'm almost there. There's a couple of things left to do as far as like building stuff, which is just going to be to make the mattress support, and that's really going to be really straightforward, pretty easy. I'm going to actually use some of the extra flooring that I have left over from when I did all the flooring in the room above the shop here, and that'll become the mattress support. I've already got a groove cut here for the ledger, which is going to support those. But yeah, otherwise, pretty excited about what's going on here. I did cut the post down to this height, as you can obviously see, and added that profiling. And I am actually really happy with the way this turned out. I think it looks pretty good, personally. So let's take a look at some viewer projects. First this week is a bow front table by Neil. Neil built this table for a donation to a local high school fundraising auction. It's made from cherry and all the joinery is Morrison tenon. The finish is a combination of oil and wax. Next is a bedside table by Zach. Zach is a 17-year-old high school student and he made this bedside table about a year ago in shop class at school. The table is made from alder and the supports for the top of the plywood shelf and all the trim are attached using pocket holes. Next is a segmented vase by Adam. The vase is primarily made from ash that he cut himself with his chainsaw, and the contrasting wood is Paduke. Next is a board game / dining room table by Sam. This table is also built from ash, and Sam also milled the lumber for this table himself. Sam has some videos about making this table over on his YouTube channel, so I'll leave a link to that down in the description. So I just finished up shooting the last bit of the bed build that will bring you up to date with where that bed is at right now. So that'll be out. Actually, I have most of it edited already, so it should be out like the day after this comes out. So look for that. Otherwise, though, I think that's all I have for this week. Thank you, as always, for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about anything I talked about today, anything here at my shop, please feel free to leave me a comment. So I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. And until next time, happy woodworking.